it feels good to be back here, guys. I had to get that out there, but man, is that all I gotta say? Just how I'm feeling right now. Just man, boy, do I feel good right now, guys. Today, of course, is January 1st, 2019. Happy New Year to everybody. This is the Club with the Band 1993, and I had a nice little treat for my Tuesday night tonight because for the first time, I believe, since the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. For the first time since then, well, actually, that's except there's one night where I did, start from the beginning and go all the way forward. But for the first time, technically, since the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, tonight, January 1st, 2019, the first day of the new year, I got to sit down when SmackDown came on live at 8 o'clock and watch it all the way through. And man, it feel good. I got lucky as I was supposed to work tonight, but I got a call saying that they're low on volume this time today, so we're gonna cancel the night shift. So I'm like, sweet, I get an extra day off. I get to enjoy my holiday. I got to do the next pick back up where I left off, my backyard baseball let's play, my Harry Potter let's play, and now, of course, on the last night until this coming December. Last night with I'll have the tree in view on my streams. We get to talk about a very great episode of SmackDown Live, baby! That of course took place pre-taped in my hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, I was not there when this was taped, this past weekend. But I wish I would have gone because it was a good show. It would have been worth watching, and it finally felt like it once again, as SmackDown has done a few times in the past weeks, we're actually getting some type of a direction going towards Royal Rumble, because direction and continuity is, stuff that, of course, WWE's been lacking ever since this whole thing of, fresh start came about. But we got, some sense of direction tonight. And even so, a very fun segment involving Mr. You Can't See Me and the man herself, Becky Lynch. And boy, was that segment awesome. Might actually already be a candidate for segment of the year, I gotta say, for sure. I'm going to definitely, have that to be ready for whenever we get to the end of this year for the 2019 End of the Year Awards, the best of 2019. But don't rush time because I'm at the age I don't want to get that old yet. But yeah, guys, anyways, what is going on? This is the Club with the Band 1993 coming at you for my live review of SmackDown Live from the New Year's Day edition of SmackDown Live, January 1st, 2019. And once again, it was live from my hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I thought it was a great show. A couple little dips here and there that, of course, we'll talk about as well. But let's just get right into it. First, check the chat of live, as that is my trademark on the channel. Not the live chat. We don't have the live chat. We've got the chat of live. The best chat of live in all chats of lives. So let's check it out. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got nobody so far. That's a shame. But you know what? I'm sure at some point we will get some people because you all out there are pretty awesome. But anyways, let's just get right into this edition of SmackDown Live, talking about the first hour, and we'll go from there. And also, for the first time in a few weeks, I actually got to post a poll on Twitter. So I have a poll also, my two polls, usual polls also, that I will go over for the results of the grades and what show did you enjoy better this week. So let's get right into it, and let's talk about this show. Opening up, hype of the festivities, including the return of John Cena, and a fatal five-way to determine who will challenge Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. And, of course, there's one spot left open, though, and that will be decided in a match between Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy. Outcomes, who else would come out to start off the new year but the New Day? They come out. Big E is dressed up as the baby New Year. Because, we gotta see Big E dress up as something very goofy. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are dressed up like adults to usher in the new year and tell us that they have a very important announcement. They're all going to be in the Royal Rumble. Telling how the stacks kind of, they have a little bit of advantage because of the percentage-wise. Big E's trying to do Steiner math, and Kobe says his point was that it means that they have a better chance of collectively winning and main eventing and even becoming a champion. They point out they can become WWE champion or even Universal champion, but they're not sure about that because the guy who has that doesn't show up. Kobe points out that he's never been sick and he still can't get a shot, but they calm him down, tell him that he will get his shot. They believe in him. They then tell him, they say they want to make one more resolution. Xavier Woods says apparently the doctors have told them they can no longer eat pancakes. He knows, but from now on, they'll be giving out lettuce and nice balsamic dressing. And then from behind, Big E is eating a pancake. And they yank it out of Big E's mouth. Big E sees another one, but this time he pulled it out of the diaper he was wearing, which was a little gross, I will not deny. Then he starts taking a couple other ones out of his diaper. He starts throwing them into the crowd. I'm like, guys, don't eat those pancakes. He points out that no one follows through on their resolutions anyways, but Kingston says he's going to try, and he wants to buy a new car, a yellow bug that he'll become friends with and learn that it's more than meets the eye. Pretty much, pointing out, Biggie pointed out that was the plot of Bumblebee. 94% on fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, and they put out that John Cena was in it. Wiz puts on a blindfold, talking about directing his children to safety, which Biggie explains is the plot to Bird Box. And then they say they have a match to find out who's going to be the last entrant of Fatal 5-Way, which is between Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy. We had the match with Joe and Hardy. Not a bad match, gotta say. They had a decent match, recently also. I thought this one might have been a little bit better also. And, you hear Joe, just continue to rub into Jeff about how he's his newest addiction and whatnot. Just, just attacking his insecurities. But, of course, the interesting part was towards the end of the match. Joe had Hardy down with a coquina clutch outside the ring. He gets back into the ring, but then Jeff just beats it out. He then gets back into submission a second time for him to win the match and qualify for the Fatal 5-Way, the fight for a spot for the WWE Championship opportunity at the Royal Rumble. So good match. I'm wondering if maybe that's a sign that we're going to eventually get Joe versus Hardy in a last man standing match. Maybe either at Elimination Chamber or even Fastlane or on an episode of SmackDown. We could see that match because of Joe trying to keep Jeff down, getting him counted out, and whatnot. So it wouldn't be a bad idea for those who have a last man standing match. I'm interested to see if it happening. So I thought we had a solid match there. A little bit of the show. We did get a recap of what happened last week with Mr. McMahon, just goading AJ Styles until he snapped and just punched him in the face. Vince and Shane are backstage hanging out, talking about the 5-Way tonight when AJ comes in, who asks if Vince is sure he wanted to see him before saying maybe he should apologize for last week. But AJ won't because Vince intentionally provoked him. He wanted the real AJ. Watch what happens tonight, unless you want to see him again right now. And then they rise to their feet, but don't provoke any further, and Styles just walks off. And then there's a big grin on Shane's face, and on Vince's face, and Shane tells him to be careful what he wishes for. I don't know, making reference to the fact that, he went into battle with AJ Styles for WrestleMania 33 and he lost. So I don't know. Again, I'm just not sure where this angle is going with AJ Styles punching Vince McMahon in the face. I just didn't know what that was all about. We'll see. We have Caleb Braxton in the ring, who introduces Rusev, comes out with Lana, who I gotta say was looking pretty fine tonight. Then again, there was someone else who was looking pretty darn fine tonight, I gotta say, and I loved every second of it. This, though, I thought was a little weird. Rusev comes out with Lana, being interviewed about last week's show, soaking in the crowd's atmosphere before declaring it the greatest Rusev day of them all, which was also his birthday, which, once again, happy birthday, Rusev, whose birthday is apparently on Christmas Day. He says his reign will be different than Nakamura's because he takes pride in the title. He'll have a long, lustrous reign, much like his beard, and defend against anyone with courage, strength, honor, and his animal magnetism. and then he starts looking over at Lana. He'll do it while smelling like a delicious bacon-flavored Cinnabon, which, I don't know, again, like this weird stuff about having Rusev say his face is just weird. Like, like talking about, his nothing's gonna be as good as his beard, or, how he's gonna smell like food. It just, I don't like that part, but I did like this part, though. What he said, he pledges allegiance, and chants, Rusev Day, USA, Rusev Day, USA. And I thought that got crowd over as well. But that stuff with the food just doesn't really, it's kind of a turn off, especially like some of the backstage segments he was having, with the interviews before, including, Nakamura calling Rusev a total diva. It's just like, that's not, that's just ugly. That's just such a turn off. But while they're chanting that, Nakamura blindsides him, gets him in the corner. Lana climbs onto Shinsuke's back, and then Rusev hits a Machka kick, but then Nakamura pretty much landed on Lana. Rusev rushed in to check on her, but then he took 2 Kinshasas. And so, yeah, then he picks up the title and gloats about it and then walks away. So, I don't know if Nakamura will earn a rematch. Once again, there's no automatic rematches or what have they. But again, I just can't get behind this feud. Move on from it. See what else we can do with Rusev and the United States Championship. Nakamura, not sure where it goes other than Raw or back to New Japan. Who knows? But that happened. We got a recap. Oh. Here was one of my favorite parts of the show, guys. Let me tell you what. I love this part of the show. Well, this was my dead favorite part, but this was one of them for sure. If it wasn't for one other segment. So we get a recap of what happened last week with Mandy Rose kind of hitting on Jimmy Uso when Naomi scared her off pretty much. And apparently we're going to begin the match with Naomi and Mandy Rose next. But then out came Sonya and Mandy, which once again, whoa boy, that entrance just makes my light shine brighter. Again, not only do I get a day off from work today, but I also get just a nice, gorgeous entrance of Mandy Rose, God's greatest creation. Well, can't always say that for sure right now, but still, just brightens my day seeing Mandy Rose come out. Mandy Rose comes out, and then she takes off her t-shirt that she was wearing, and there's a cut up of an Usos shirt that made Naomi snap. But then when it was supposed to be Naomi and Mandy, Sonya gets in and starts attacking. So that ends up being Naomi and Sonya Deville, which was not bad. I gotta keep admitting, even with, again, I know I kept saying I was not, I'm not a fan of, just them keeping Mandy and Sonya together. Like, I was more interested when they were kind of splitting them up. But what happened here kind of interested me a little bit, because I'll be honest to say Mandy Rose as an in-ring performer has its work that needs to be done still. Sonya's gotten better. I mean, I'm still not the biggest Sonya Deville fan, but her in-ring ability has gotten better. And so what happened was, the match happened. Towards the end of the match, Mandy gets on a microphone and tells her that earlier today when she was getting ready, she was thinking of Jimmy. And she sent him a picture of herself completely covered up in a towel as if she just got a shower. Off the distraction, Sonya hits a kick and in a super lift, hitting some kind of like a rock bottom, Haruki, Goto Shuten, or Matt Morgan's elevator pretty much finisher to get the victory. And like right now, if they're going to keep these two together as like a dominating duo, like if this is like, Mandy Rose being like, the microphone and like, Sonya ran through the in-ring work until like Mandy's in-ring ability gets better. Take my money, because Mandy Rose with the right materials is gold on the mic. If she's being like this person who is gonna like kind of like attack insecurities, such as like make Naomi get nervous about her hitting on her husband and whatnot. I'm just like, like this works. Like I love it. Like it's golden, the golden goddess. Also, if you want to pretty much say that way as well. But I loved it. It was nothing like that big of a deal. But again, I loved it. I thought it was gorgeous. It just stood out to me big time. I'm looking for something fresh. I'm like, ooh, this catches my eye right here. It's not just Mandy Rose's good looks, keep in mind, but man, was that really quite a moment to see. So Sonya gets the win, but Mandy Rose kind of gets a little bit of brownie points there as well, for sure. So we had that happen. We then have Randy Orton doing a backstage promo talking about the 3 most devastating levels in sports entertainment, following by Mysterio saying he proved to Orton he can't be pushed around, and he's going to show he came back to the WWE champion once again. Ali saying that he used to be the heart of cruiserweights, and now he wants to be the heart of SmackDown. And then we get another round of resolutions with the Iconics, Anderson and Gallows. Shelton Benjamin, who apparently calls resolutions a fraud and no one's going to stick to the end of the resolution, and he tears the set down. He says, "Happy New Year," and just walks away. So I guess Shelton Benjamin's not a fan of New Year's, if you say. We also saw Jeff Hardy getting a backstage promo saying he showed Jeff he was telling the truth all along. When he wins tonight, he's going to win the Rumble and the WWE Championship and push men like Jeff Hardy deeper into madness and jealousy. So that was the first hour, which not too bad. Kind of, again, that stuff with Rusev was kind of weird, I thought. And the New Day thing was all right, but that was a little strange also. But, you know, the second hour I thought was even better, though. Start off with the opening segment. We'll get to that just in a second. Let's check the live chat. Let's see what we have. Let me see here. We got people in the live chat now. What's going on, Mark? What's going on, TN Couponer? Happy New Year, everyone. Mark was rooting for Mustafa Ali. I did think Ali was going to win again. I'm still not a fan of getting, like, you know, a mega push yet, because I just wanted to, you know, I don't want him to shove down our throats. But, you know, I still am liking what he's doing. But, you know, we'll see what happens after what happened in the main event tonight. I bet Mike liked Mandy Rose's entrance. Oh, you bet I did. What's going on, Lauren? She's joining us too. A- for me, but AJ winning pissed her off. And how does Orton lose to a frog splash? We'll talk about that ending for sure in a little bit. We are getting a Naomi and Mandy feud, which again I'm quite liking. Who will face Asuka? Which that's a good question. Now it's probably either going to be Charlotte, Becky, or Carmella. Although I want to see Charlotte. I mean, I want to see Becky win the Rumble though. But she could maybe be both the title match and the Rumble. Who knows? Actually, I have an idea. I'll get down and get to the segment. Last Tuesday, there was no women's action night. There was no tag team action, like the Usos, Sandy, Gallows, and Harrison, the Bar. That is true for sure. You tweeted me a Mandy GIF. Let's see what we got. What we got here from you, TN Couponer. Let's see here. See here. This Mandy is for you. Oh, got it right, man. I love that. Love that pose. Thank you for sending me that. Although, like I said, again, I have no shock. I think she's dating Tino Sabatelli, so kind of, you know, not in the line for it, but you know, it's still worth it. I always enjoy Mandy Rose's entrance at best in WWE history. Oh, for sure. It's definitely awesome. The Mysterio and Orton feud needs to end. She's not really a Mysterio fan. Yeah, again, I don't know. Again, like, you know, I was all right with it at first, but just the way the match went down TLC, it was kind of like a wet fart pretty much. And it was like, all right, no one's really benefited from this, from the match itself. So it's kind of disappointing. So yeah, kind of just finish it and move on. Mike is the new Corey. Is a new Corey Graves on Mandy Rose. Oh boy. Get rid of New Day, Lawrence said. Ali and Mysterio would actually be a pretty good match. They had a pretty good sequence there together as well in that main event, I thought. Big E in a diaper and pulling pancakes out of his diaper, which that was weird. Oh, we'll talk about that segment in just a second, Lauren. Ali shouldn't even be main eventing so soon, she claims. Asuka versus Charlotte the Rumble, then Asuka retains. Mike, like your idea of Charlotte and Becky co-winners? We could see that. I'll get to that in a second. since AJ pinned Orton, will he cost him the WWE title match at the Rumble and face off at Mania, which could be an idea maybe. Which again we'll get to. I'll talk about that prediction and when I get to the main event on that, but that is a possibility for sure. Yeah, Miz and Shane on the same team has definitely still been a little weird, but I thought there were no more rematches, so why did AJ win? I mean, there was no more automatic rematches, so you had to still earn the opportunity to have the match again, pretty much, if you know what I mean. Vince versus AJ at Mania, that would be weird. I think those Shane and Miz outfits were stupid. Was Brian there? He was backstage loving the watching the Fatal 5-Way. I love Cena, but he's getting that old look. Not really that old of a look, I gotta say, but the hair, still not a fan of the hair, in my opinion. But thank you guys for stopping the live chat. Let's get to the second hour of the show. So here was my favorite moment of the night. John Cena came out to make his entrance. Gets on the microphone and just, puts over the mixed reaction for the crowd, saying it's good to feel the energy and he appreciates it. It's been a hell of a year. He bought a ticket to Mania. His personal life got played out in public. He wrote a children's book, lived in China for 6 months, and he still somehow thinks his new haircut was a good idea. But I'm like, still not a fan of it, sorry. But through it all, he still feels like he can float like a butterfly and sting like a bumblebee. Get it? He's here. We're here. There's energy in the building. But one question must be asked. Not what, nor who, but why? Why is he here? He never really said to himself, but he's like, I'm just waiting for someone to pretty much come down here, come to him for, the opportunity. And I love this line of probably faster. Who's going to come to me faster than Nikki Bella left me, pretty much? I'm like, burn first of a couple times. I'm like, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? And let me tell you what's something. It was not just a man who came out faster than Nikki Bella left John Cena. It was the man herself. Becky Lynch came out, which I tweeted a photo of Becky. A gif of Becky going like this, with Cena's little like phrase there, like, who's gonna come to me faster than Nikki Bella left me, or something like that. I'm just like, oh yeah, Becky Lynch, all right. That's who came out. Becky comes out, gets into the ring, and just says, she asks him how it feels. He says, awesome, but she cuts him off, asking, how does it feel to get the man instead of an actual man? She says, he's back where he belongs, but it's not that simple. No. She didn't just want to overtake Charlotte on the billboards. She wanted to surpass John Cena as well. He's been on every marquee for 16 years and personifies everything this company was, and it's time for someone new to fill his shoes. There's only one person for that job, and of course she says it's her. And if she has a problem with that, well, Nikki Bella won't be the only woman to drop him this year. Oh, another zinger right there that I enjoyed. And then out came Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. Zelina says she hates to interrupt their little testosterone-fueled game, especially since they're both former champions, a.k.a. former champs. But when the McMahons promised a fresh start recently with new faces, but all she sees is an older face in Cena and a broken face in Becky Lynch. She, of course, introduces herself as the business partner to Almas and tells John that 2019 will be the year of Tranquilo. Cena introduces himself and points out that she may know him from being John Cena, and Lynch probably kick her teeth down her throat, so come on. He wants to find out what it'd be like to be in the ring with the man and proposes a mixed tag match. They accept, and we get the match, was not too bad. Was for what it was. It wasn't really astonishing, but it was obviously about Becky Lynch wanting to just show that she surpassed John Cena in popularity as well, and she even put it over the crowd, which I think it's safe to say they've kind of when I'm looking at Becky Lynch's character now, first, of course, the match ended. You know, Cena did his finishing maneuver on Almas. You know, AA. Well, of course, you know, whole thing that you can't see me. 5-knuckle shuffle, AA, and then that. Sorry, I'm not a fan about the lightning fist. I'm just not a fan of that move. And then Cena was pretty much about to try to looked like he was trying to you know, like finish it off himself. But then Becky comes out into the ring and pushes him out of the ring and hits Zelina Vega with a schoolboy roll up, and then gets her to tap out to disarm her to get the victory. And afterwards, Cena offered a handshake, but Becky Lynch just goes to shake a hand and instead does a "you can't see me" right back to him, and walks away. So I'm going to actually do the turn tonight. This might be me again, being a little far fetched, but honestly, after seeing what happened tonight, like, you know, not just Becky Lynch, you know, being, you know, like the Stone Cold Steve Austin of the women's division, but another person I feel like I can kind of compare Becky Lynch to as far as her attitude is Pete Dunne. Because Pete Dunne, you know, is a babyface right now, but he still doesn't seem like, you know, like this typical, you know, oh, you know, congratulations, great job. But he shows respect out of the strangest ways possible. It's like Becky Lynch, like, you know, was acknowledged. It's like on like a babyface side, you know, taking things in, you know, in certain ways. But I still don't think she's flat out heel right now. I think, you know, she could be a tweener, but I think she is slowly still transitioning to that babyface side. So I'm going to take a gamble tonight. I will, and I will do a turn alert for Becky Lynch. Taking a gamble. You know, if you disagree with me, I'm sorry, but it's what I'm doing. I think it feels right to do so. So I'm going to do that. But that was a fun. I thought that was a fun mixed tag match, fun segment. Love the Nikki Bella zingers for sure, especially the one with who's going to come to me faster than Nikki Bella left me. Boom! Out came Becky Lynch, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that's a good one. Even if, you know, you and John, you know, want to, you know, just kidding. You know, Becky Lynch is not too bad to begin with, but, you know, I'm just getting a little too far fetched here, and I want to get these answers. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Get a little crazy there, but you know, I see Mandy Rose on my TV, and I go, okay, I'm gonna shut up now because I'm being too goofy. Anyways, we get a recap what happened with last week on Miz TV, with Shane pretty much agreeing to team up with the Miz. Backstage, Miz rolled up saying he just wanted to thank him for giving him this chance. And he pretty much starts discussing, you know, that they need the dress look alike. And he pretty much just starts showing Shane these images that pretty much just nothing but Miz's ring gear. And then Shane's like, okay, I've had enough of this, I'm out here pretty much. But he's still agreeing to his partner, and I don't know, it was strange. And, you know, at first I'm kind of thinking, okay, maybe the Miz is being more a babyface, but now it's like, you know, he's still kind of pulling off, you know, like what he did with, like, you know, Damien Sandow when he was Damien Mizdow and whatnot. Just, you know, like, still kind of like, you know, being arrogant and, you know, just like, you know, making everything about him pretty much, it seems like. I mean, it kind of sounds a little, you know, odd because, you know, I just kind of said the thing about Becky Lynch, but I still think, you know, see the Miz is still being arrogant, is being full of himself, where Becky Lynch is just trying to, you know, prove a point and, you know, get just do whatever she has to do to make the attention, but, you know, not be so much of a villain in any ways, but still come across as kind of like, you know, a hero because of all she's come from. So again, I still can't say that Miz is a babyface yet. I'll wait on that one. We didn't get another recap again of, you know, all the superstars coming up to the main roster. Then we have Asuka backstage with Triple H congratulating her. Says he wants to know who she thinks deserves a title shot at her. She says she'll fight anyone. It doesn't matter because no one's ready for her, which is not as true anymore as it used to be. But then Charlotte stands right next to them and says if it wasn't for Ronda, she'd be standing there. So she should have the opportunity. Carmella rolls up saying that she beat the both of them twice, so she deserves the opportunity. And then Becky comes out of nowhere saying there's only one option for Asuka, and that's her. Triple H says they all have good points, and he'll take it under advisement and let them know when they made a decision. So I'm thinking, you know, they could do Asuka and Becky. They could do, you know, Asuka and Charlotte maybe. I don't think they're going to do Asuka and Carmella. No way. I'm sorry, not again. But I feel like, you know, one of them is going to be in the match. But which I in my card bench, I didn't put in a women's championship match because I didn't want to see, like, Becky Lynch or Charlotte be out of the Rumble, but it's early enough. And I did hear a rumor that the women may main event the Rumble again, which I don't know if I want that to happen again. But the women's Royal Rumble, maybe the main event again. Again, not sure if that should happen second 2 years in a row. But if that is the case, then what should happen is whoever whoever doesn't win, whoever doesn't face Asuka, obviously, Asuka's going to retain most likely. But whoever doesn't face Asuka will enter the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble, so probably number 29 or 30, somewhere towards the end. Either Charlotte or Becky. And I'm still going to say, there's a I lost my train of thought. It'll be like a Lex Luger and Bret Hart from 1994 again. Because I don't see just one of them facing Ronda at WrestleMania. They're really, obviously, Ronda and Charlotte have the history. Becky and Ronda have unfinished business, and the build is just too good to even pass up, even having the two of them have a match at all in general. So that's what I'm going to say with that. So we'll see where that goes. But it's either going to be Becky or Charlotte facing Asuka at the Royal Rumble. So then we have the main event, which is AJ Styles versus Mustafa Ali versus Randy Orton versus Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe in a number 1 contenders match. And I thought this was a beautiful match. I enjoyed it. AJ Styles obviously, trying, slowly, pissed off of what Vince McMahon said to him last week, and, was kind of showing that aggression there. Samoa Joe is showing his aggressiveness, trying to take advantage of opportunities. Same with Rey Mysterio. Randy Orton just preying on people. And Mustafa Ali showed that heart that he shows, because he wants to be the heart of SmackDown Live now, as he once was the heart of 205 Live. So couple good spots there. Of course, I'd say my favorite, well, first off, there was a sequence where Joe slammed Styles through a table, which I thought was awesome. And this part where Orton and Joe were teasing a stare down, but then Ali came in and broke it off, so then we get to see Orton and Joe. And then my favorite part of the match was the sequence between Rey Mysterio and Mustafa Ali, because they were mentioning how Mustafa Ali mentioned how Rey Mysterio is kind of like a hero to him growing up. So they shook hands, but then Mysterio pulled him in, and they had like a nice back and forth sequence. And of course, my favorite part was that Spanish Fly again. Especially since I was watching the Cruiserweights last year, I've fallen in love with that move. I love that Spanish Fly that Ollie does. Like he does it. Buddy Murphy had done it before. Again, the one they did in that no DQ match, he put over. I think he either went off the table into the floor, or like from one table into the next, or whatnot. It's just sick. It's just awesome. It's just lovely. It's just a beautiful move. But then, yeah, as Laura mentioned, the match, the finish was kind of strange. I think Mysterio hit a 619 on Orton, but then Joe got involved, and then he hit like a Hurricanrana on Joe on the outside of the ring. They were both down. Ali already got taken out, and then AJ Styles pins Orton at hitting a 450 splash. So I don't know if it was kind of like Ray did half of his finishing move, because usually he does the 619 and like he gets on top rope and just does that, just drops himself on top of his opponent. I don't know if it was like more so that, but I did find it weird that AJ won with a 450 splash, like not like a phenomenal forearm or a Styles clash or something like that. But with him pinning Orton, it could be set up for maybe here's what I gotta say. I think is they're doing Styles and Bryan again, which we've seen them a couple times already. Kind of doing something a little fresh. I think, even though I don't think he should be main eventing right away, but I think Mustafa Ali will either be added to this match, or there will be some type of stipulation. There will be no disqualifications, at least in this match. And again, I would like to see Randy Orton cost AJ Styles the match at the Rumble, because I think the Orton and Styles feud is long overdue, and I think should happen for WrestleMania. I believe so. And I think it will be, with a great story. Could be a good match. Maybe that's what's going on with this, stuff with, Orton and, not Orton, Shane and Vince is kind of like intertwining into that, but I don't know. Who knows? But, so yeah, AJ Styles wins. Again, didn't really pick him to win, because I kind of wanted something a little different, but, we'll see what we get for Royal Rumble with Styles and Bryan, and maybe Ali being added. Who knows? But, yeah, that was SmackDown Live, guys. Let's check the results on Twitter. I'll give my grade, then we'll check the live chat one more time, of course, as always. So what grade would you give SmackDown Live? First time I posted a poll in a while. 10 votes, 50% said A, 40% said B, 10% said C, don't say anything lower. And which showed you more this week, Raw or SmackDown Live? 7 votes, 14% said Raw, which you suck if you did. Vince, 86% said SmackDown Live. Obviously, SmackDown was a better show for me. I'm going to give this grade the show a B plus. I mean, the Rusev stuff, some of the stuff Rusev said his promo was weird. The New Day promo was a tad bit weird also. And the finish of the match, the main event was kind of weird, but it was still a great match for sure. So I'll give it a B plus, almost A minus, but I'll give it a B plus. Let's check the live chat and see what we want to. What we got here. Let's see here. Let me see here. Where were we at? I think we're we have a lot to catch up on. Let's see. I think we're right here with Lauren saying, I missed Raw last night, but saw the Seth and Triple H promo, which was good. Again, I only watched the highlights from Raw last night. I think Cena, too, that hair from Donald Trump. Oh, okay, Trump's hair, my goodness. Everyone dropping Nikki on Cena was awesome. Yeah, he looks like JBL with that haircut. A match between Cena and Becky would be cool. Ooh, that'd be a pretty sick intergender match. Cena needs a heel run. Come on, WWE. So is Becky face now? I'm starting to think she is. I'm starting to be more confident that she is. Could Becky versus Cena at Mania, which would be interesting. I'm waiting for Cena to announce his entrance into the Royal Rumble. He may, but again, who knows what the schedule right now. But he's going to be on Raw on Monday, so we'll see what happens there and who else wants to drop, a Nikki Bella line on him there, which is fine to fight. But still, nothing beats out Ronda Rousey's line of the only door you're ever going to knock down was the door to John Cena's bedroom, and that's the same door you threw you right back out of, which I'm pretty sure was one of the best insults of 2018. Let's see. You're Cena leaving on January 20th because he's going to film another movie, so he may not be there. Yeah, I'm already saying that. Will Cena ever break Flair's record? It's a good question. I'm not sure. A Cena and Almost feud, I'd be willing to give that a try. A Zelina and Becky feud, I feel, would be interesting for sure, I feel. I wish WWE would let Becky use the stunner as her finisher and let her use Stone Cold's entrance, which would be awesome to see for sure. I agree. Yes, Becky throwing Cena out was awesome. And Cena's new finisher, it sucks. I agree. I hate it. I mean, I know, like I'm saying, I felt the AA had been watered down because so many people have kicked out of it. Again, it's kind of gotten old. Again, even Jinder Mahal kicked out of the AA for crying out loud. But the Lightning Fist, I don't like. I hate it. It's a terrible finisher. Yeah, Becky is savage for sure. She doesn't think she's full face. Yeah. Pete Dunne, Becky Lynch for mixed match challenge should be interesting. Do you know how many heel teams with faces? Not sure. Not that often. The crowd was dead. Oh yeah, because Pittsburgh crowds absolutely suck. Becky and Cena would make a great couple. That would be interesting for sure. Mark said Charlotte doesn't deserve a women's title match. I'm sorry to say neither does Carmella, which is kind of true. Yeah, I'm still waiting on the Miz turn alert. What was with Vince, Shane, and AJ backstage? Will Styles turn heel again? I have no clue what's going on there. So I think Shane will turn on Miz. Only one who deserves it is Becky. Where was Steph these last 2 days? I have no clue. Yeah, Charlotte had too many title opportunities. Watch a triple threat next week with Charlotte winning. Yeah, that would suck. Becky needs to win the Rumble. I agree as well. Since Styles is in a title match, I pick Rollins to win the Rumble now. And it's either going to be Rollins or McIntyre, I'd say, or even Balor, possibility. Cena, Brock, Braun are all returning to Raw next week. Yep. I don't want to Becky and Charlotte feud again. Did any of the stars in the main event get a reaction? Some did. Reigns had a title match at the Rumble and then entered the Rumble too, for sure. The Joe and Orton alliance actually was interesting. I actually did like that. Orton should have won the Fatal 5-Way, she felt. What's going on, Larry? He says, hey, Mike, I won't be in your live stream so much anymore because I have way too many conflicts with some very special opinions in here. Maybe I'm just not a WWE fan anymore. Good night. Sorry to hear that, Larry, but again, come back anytime you want, buddy. Anybody have an update on Styles' contract negotiation? Not sure at all. Yeah, I know Styles already lost twice to Bryan. Styles and Orton, it is a dream feud. Ali and Mysterio would be great as well. We can also see Vince and Styles, which not really a fan of. I don't know why. TNQ Bar votes a B for SmackDown. Watch us get Rusev Nakamura at the Rumble. Probably will pre-show match for me. Probably. SmackDown was an A- for Lauren. Hopefully we'll set up Mania during the Rumble, which I agree. Still doing your stream tomorrow. Still up in the air if we're going to do that big stream on Dan's channel yet or not. Depends if Robbie's able to do so or not. But that's still up in the air for tomorrow. But hopefully still do it sometime soon. But I'm going to be at least doing my trifecta usual of NXT UK 205 Live NXT. I'll probably have to do the special live stream Thursday afternoon because something came up today. Well, I'm already had plans for Friday, but something else unexpected happened today that might be happening this weekend as well. So I'm gonna have to do the special live stream for the week. Not sure what the topic's gonna be yet. It's weird. I don't know what the topic's gonna be for the first time in ages since I did, set stuff for October, November, and December. But yeah, I'm gonna have to pick a topic, of course, for my big list. So take us for suggestions. So it'll probably be Thursday, the special live stream. I gotta say, Mark's giving SmackDown a C. If Vince was so high on Almas, why keep burying him? Not too sure. She gets off at 4:30 tomorrow. So do I, unless we flex up an hour. No SmackDown female announced their entrance. Did it Rumble? Yeah, I don't think anybody did. Great stream. She's tired. Take care. Thank you, Lauren. Have a great night. I never thought Becky was a heel. I mean, she should never been a heel, but they tried to push her as one. But I still think, she's just a more aggressive baby face now. Thanks for having New Year, Team Skyway. Well, everybody seems to be checking out. Any 205 Live wrestlers in the Rumble this year? Well, if Ali's not in, doesn't get added to the match, I'd say him, but I would still love to see Cedric Alexander in the Rumble for sure. And maybe even Buddy Murphy, too, I gotta say. But I'll do that. Rumble predictions a few weeks ago. Which member or members of the Undisputed Era will be in the Rumble this year? Probably just Adam Cole, I gotta say. Let's see here. Are you going to watch New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom this weekend? Probably not. We'll catch your replays because going back to work tomorrow. That's fine, Tina Couponer. When is SmackDown exactly moving to Fridays? Sometime in October. I can't remember the exact date. So if I find out, I will let you know, the Team Skyway. But yeah, guys, I think most of us getting ready to check out. I want to check out as well. Again, I think it's ready for me to pull the trigger and do the turn, learn on Becky Lynch. Just to see. I mean, it's going to be a gamble, but, we'll see what happens. But I feel like she has more so transition like a babyface character, but she's not the complete, good girl person, you know what I mean? But she's acknowledging, that she's popular and whatnot. And, she's pretty much doing what she needs to do to, the villains pretty much basically. So yeah, guys, what grade would you give SmackDown Live? Again, I give it a B+. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure, as always, click buy, like, and subscribe or comment on my channel. Follow me on Twitter @DemandAir93. Until then, guys, I will see you guys all later. So until then, guys, have a rest of your night. And again, the status for the year in review awards video on Dan's channel is still up in the air for tomorrow. But if it does happen, it'll be sometime tomorrow night. But either way, expect my trifecta tomorrow night of NXT UK 205 Live and NXT. And also, guys, say goodbye to the Christmas tree. I mean, I know it's still going to be up until Monday. Our family was taking down our Christmas decorations on Monday. But again, this is going to be the last stream I'm going to show it in view because, I'm sure most of you already know, not really in most of the Christmas spirit anymore. I mean, I still am, but, I don't want to keep pushing on you guys. But yeah, guys, I'll check it out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Peace out, everybody.